interesting. Brick wall there. Walking up through here, finding these old foundations. And another unique thing, water runoff for the mines. And this tunnel probably goes way back. We're gonna take a look. Here it is going back in this waterway. It looks pretty interesting. A lot of old stuff, old pipes. That would go deep underground. If you go swim under there, you'd probably find the coal mines. You can see a little more with the flashlight there. Not sure how deep that water is. You can see the old pipes coming out of there. And the old steel reinforcement to the top. Down below this valley is an old town called Wiccanisco. It got its name from the Indians. It means wet and muddy camp. And we're walking up these mountains to Bear Gap. You can see this old coal road here where they used to go up to mine coal. And that's what Bear Gap was all about, mining coal, creating a source of energy. Down below we have an old coal mine. I'm sure it's collapsed in. I looked down below and I can't really see anything. Now I'm walking up top here. I heard people tell me about an old coal mine up here, place where they dug and started it. It's full of boulders. You just watch your step because it's wet. But there's cracks everywhere in these rocks and you gotta climb on up through. There is the fourth coal mine walking up through. And they would have dug right there. All right. Now here's an old coal mine and it goes way deep in here. That's interesting. I think we ought to take a look. Yes, it is steep in here. And it makes you wonder, is it safe? I think this is one of them old coal mining test runs where they go up around, look for a coal vein, but it's steep down there. I don't know how safe it would be to go in and get my headlamp on. Here you can see the old coal vein and how far it goes back in. That would have been a good place to test to see where the coal is. I don't want to crawl in that little crevice. Some old timer done that years ago. That was his job. But I don't want to be the only one up here stuck in a crevice. It is an interesting place. Look at them large foundation bolts. They're humongous. It would have been probably a tower for an engine to hoist the cables up from the mine shafts. And this is a unique. It has lots of compartments. walking up there on top. See the little room there. And walking around. Concrete lasts a long time. Would have been a little workroom here. Probably for a diesel motor. I think this old colliery was located here. And here's the old mines that we looked at. You can see the stone wall there. There's also an old transportation tunnel unfinished where they covered it up. Look up and see how it was dug out. And they placed that large rock and that orange water is racing out of there. Acidic water from the coal. I was on a search for an old coal power plant up here. Here's some old buildings and old remnants of art-shaped structures. Go back in here, some rubble at the tops of the foundation of the old power plant. Used to be a coal power plant up here. And here's the remnants of the old breaker box. Would have been an old coal power plant here that powered Bear Valley over the mountains. In another video I did. But they would have had the coal up in here. It's an interesting old relic. Looks like it could have been an old truck, perhaps. An old truck hood left up here from the 30s, remnants of the coal mining. And there's other metal around here. Up here is an old Clorox bottle. And just looking around, a few old things here, an old oil filter. And seen a jar in here. Right in there. You never know, there's brick. I like jars with money. That's my favorite kind of jar to find. Along the bank of Bear Creek's an old bridge remnant. And if you look up the bank on the other side, like over there, you can see a little shard of a stone wall. But it is a unique place. If you look up, it would have been an awesome coal mining area. Beautiful creek. Here's a unique waterfall built in the early 1900s. It's interesting that it still remains. I'm not sure what the purpose of the stairway was, but makes for an interesting sight walking back to Bear Gap. Here's the top of the waterfall, and not exactly sure of the purpose. They have big eye bolts. Walk across, you can see that square stone laid in that neat pattern there. Pretty awesome. Great day to see it. Here you can see the date, and also they laid up some stone on the side and built a stairway going down. Really nice. Going down to a nice drop off. Here is the stairway, waterfall. And if you look around on this side, down the creek is an old wall. Further down the creek is a foundation down there. Looking up here, I found cement pillars going down through, and I looked across the creek, and there they are crossing the creek. Here are some of them pillars that cross the creek. And they also laid stone along the edge of the creek. Would Would have been nice at one time until that molten coal mine didn't leak off the iron.